I am so excited to talk about this new moon in Scorpio that's happening on November 20th. It's so funny, I actually was going to do a completely different video, and every time I got into meditation, this new moon kept coming to my mind. So I just realized it was calling us. This new moon in Scorpio that is happening November 20th is calling our name. So if you are seeing this video before November 20th or probably within a week of November 20th, then these messages are definitely for you. Do keep in mind, if you are seeing this at a later date, it just means that possibly these messages you were meant to hear when you hear them. But I really feel that in this video, this is most potent for everyone seeing this before or within a week of the new moon in Scorpio, which is happening November 20th, 2025. First of all, I just want to say welcome to my channel. My name is Ness. I am an intuitive and a numerologist, and my channel is all about understanding yourself and the world around you in the deepest way possible. My goal is to grow a collective of people who are truly devoted to understanding themselves in the deepest way possible, which allows them to understand the world around them. And if that is something you're interested in knowing more about, understanding your intuition, understanding any of your, intuitive gifts, numerology, astrology, any of this amazing stuff, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. It's going to allow you to be notified next time I have a video. And I am so looking forward to you being part of my collective. Let's talk about this new moon that's about to happen. I have got to say that it is truly calling us to be, to really think big. The words that I would say that's really encompassing this new moon is legacy, boldly moving forward into something that is probably completely new, and releasing anything that's been holding us back. First of all, let's talk about new moons. New moons are amazing times to manifest. New moons are like new beginnings. It is a new lunar cycle. It is time to begin to put out into the universe and the world what it is that you want to bring in the next lunar cycle. But what's so unique about this specific new moon is that it is coming at the end, close to the end of a 9-year cycle in numerology. So collectively, we are in a 9-year cycle, which is all about completion. It's about release. It's about being reborn. And what's so interesting is that this new moon is in Scorpio. Scorpio energy is all about death and rebirth. It is about legacy energy. And so I really feel that it is truly supporting our new era. Whatever that means to you, this is a whole new you that's going to be born, and it doesn't happen right away, but it's going to happen and unfold, I would say, over the next couple of years. And so if you just look at the date itself, November, which is an 11 month, in numerology, we do not reduce numbers that repeat. So like 11, we keep as an 11. Then it's happening on the 20th day of November. So 20 equals 2, right? We add the 2 and the 0 because the 0 isn't the same number. It becomes 2. And then the universal year is a 9. So 2025, you add those numbers together, it's a 9. You add all three of those numbers together, you get a 22, which is a master number. It is a number about legacy. It is a number about bold business. It is a number about the collective and impact on a huge scale. It is truly like a number of massive manifestation. And so this being a new moon in Scorpio, which supports manifestation, and the day itself is a master number 22-4, I truly feel this is a really powerful new moon, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do a video on it. So now that we sort of decoded the numerology of the day itself, let's talk about the messages I got, because as you know, I love to get intuitive messages for the collective, for you, from the Akashic Records. So I went to the Akashic Records, got 3 intuitive messages that I know you're meant to hear right now. Before I jump into the 3 messages, I do have something to say. When I first got to the Akashic Records and I started really looking into the energy of the new moon on November 20th, it was so beautifully like pink and golden. It was this very like angelic, sort of intuitive, divinely guided energy. I really feel that this is a time in which many of us are beginning to be, I wouldn't even say beginning, but we are continuing to be guided by our like divine beings, by our angels, by our spirit guides, our higher self, higher dimensional beings, really like something from the angelic realm. I just feel like, this is really a time in which we are very intuitively connected. It is a time in which we're going to begin to realize that our intuition is so strong and that we are constantly being guided. And that really leads me into the very first message I got. So the very first message I got was, you are divinely guided. You are beginning to embark on a journey that is going to bring you into a life that is of your dreams, that is like bigger and more magical than you could imagine. This is the beginning, and it doesn't mean you just start on this day. You might have been working towards something for a while, maybe a few months, maybe even a year, maybe even a couple years. But what's going to happen is sort of like, when we're working, think of, I don't know why, a roller coaster just came to my mind. When you're riding a roller coaster, there's the beginning of the roller coaster, and it's a very slow ascent, right? It's like, it's just like, it makes that funny noise, and you slowly but consistently are moving upwards, right? And you get to a point on this roller coaster where you hit the peak, and then you begin moving down, and it sometimes is a little bit slower because it's still a little piece of the, of the group of the people that are riding at the same time that are lagging behind. But once everyone kind of like hits that peak and you begin going down, it's like really fast. And so I feel like we've been sort of chugging along, sort of like slowly and steadily, and not really seeing a crazy amount of progress. But there's something inside of you that just says, keep going, keep trying, don't give up, you're almost there. And this is like your guidance guiding you. And you are about to hit like the other direction. You're going up, it's moving slow. And then you head down and you hit the peak and you start going down, and it's like fast moving forward motion. This is what's happening right now. I really feel that you are about to embark on a life journey that is like of your soul's work. Like many lifetimes you've been preparing for this. Your soul has been working towards something very big and impactful in some way. And it is like a culmination of all of your past lifetimes converging into this lifetime. And you're going to find that your intuition is extremely potent, and you're going to find that you are truly divinely guided. You're going to find that you're embarking on a journey that is truly profound. It is meaningful. It is life-changing, legacy-making, impactful to the collective. It is truly big. And if you understood how big it was, it might even be a little scary. Because it's leading you to something that is going to be so impactful. And I'm like so excited for you. I just want you to know, and your angels, and when I was meditating on this, they want you to know that you are always being guided. You have a lot of help around you. You have, you have all your past lifetimes. You have all of your past knowings. You have your higher self guidance. You have your spirit team, your angelic team. They're all here for you in this lifetime because you're about to embark on something really, really big, bigger and more amazing and magical and life-changing than you could ever imagine. It's truly beautiful. And know that in like 2, 3, 5 years from now, you're going to look back on this period of time in like awe of where you were, what you went through, and where you're at now. It's going to be like amazing. And you're going to look back on this time and in awe of like how you didn't realize that this time that you're going through right now was setting you up not only emotionally, physically, and spiritually for the life that you have 2, 3, 5 years from now. That's the message that I got, is that you're going to be looking back on this time with like complete awe. The thing that your guides want me to tell you that I got in the Akashic Records is that these small steps that you're taking right now that don't feel that big or that important or that meaningful really turn into humongous, gigantic, just truly big leaps in life. Leaps that you could never imagine. I'm looking down at my notes because I just want to remember this. And one of the things I wrote down is that these small steps are changing your life in a massive way. And you're going to look back 3 to 5 years from now, realizing what small steps you thought were insignificant, small, maybe things that you felt were holding you back, are going to be these massive leaps into the future. And it's almost like, you hear a term quantum leap, right? Quantum leap is just referring to a quantum particle that when, I don't know, I'm not like super like savvy on this topic, but my understanding is that if you watch a particle and you watch it move from one space to the other, there's a space where it goes out of view, and they call this the quantum leap or the empty space. And so you see it here, this quantum particle, and then all of a sudden you see it over here in this new space, but how it got from here to here was not a straight line. It's like it disappeared for a moment and came back, right? That is called the quantum field. And a quantum leap is where you are right here and all of a sudden, without reason, you are now over here. And this is sort of the vibe that I got with this message, is that your small steps right now are going to quantum leap you into this new lifetime, this new life that is like truly like, I don't know, legacy making. I got legacy. I got like lives past your lifetime. And in some way, shape, or form, whether it is a book, whether it is a podcast, whether it is a teaching, whether it is an impact that you make that like radiates into other generations, there is something about what you're embarking on that is like generational, like wealth, whether that's emotional wealth, physical wealth, spiritual wealth, all of the above. It is like you're going to quantum leap and it's not going to make sense. And where you are right now, when you look back 3 to 5 years from now, you're going to realize that these small steps got you there. So the biggest thing I got is to trust yourself, trust your signs, trust your intuitive hits, trust your inner knowing. Your spirit team, your guides are guiding you always. And that is the first message we got. It is really amazing. The second message I got is sort of like a support message to the first one. Obviously, they're all sort of like supportive to the first one. But the second message I got is right now, you need to trust the struggle. You need to trust the crumbling. You need to trust when the things, if they're falling apart right now, they're only falling apart to fall together in a way that is better than what they could be if it didn't fall apart. Sometimes you have to have a struggle. Sometimes you have to have a crumbling. It really reminds me of, it's an interesting analogy that came to my mind when I got this message. And I envisioned a woman giving birth. And so if you think of the woman giving birth, it is not pretty. It's not, it's not pretty. It's not peaceful. It is, your body just physically takes over and you have zero control of really any part of your body. It is painful. It is messy. It is, it's like an initiation, it's an initiation into this whole new life. And right now you are giving birth. And right now it's messy and it's falling apart and it's painful and it's nothing like what you expected it to be. It is a struggle. It is a grind. It is not what you envisioned. But know that this is happening so that you can be reborn. So that you can have this brand new life. You know, you go through hours of birth or, pain, suffering, chaos. I mean, all of this stuff where you have zero control. And then the moment you give birth to this perfect little baby, it's like everything is better. It's like you've just quantum shifted into like this whole new lifetime. And that's sort of what the message I got right now is that if right now you're saying, well, that sounds amazing, Heather, but my life is nowhere near my magic life, nowhere near my dream life, the life that I want to manifest. I'm like, I feel like I'm so like lifetimes away from that. Know that whatever is happening, whatever's been happening is happening so that you can be reborn. You know, things are falling apart so that when you put them back together, it allows you to quantum leap. These small steps you're taking, these painful little hiccups that are happening, it is all preparing you for this brand new life. And so know that, the mess that you're in right now, the chaos that you happen to have, the pain that's happening in this moment is only setting you up for this beautiful shift that's about to happen. And so embrace it as much as you can. Look at it from a lens of appreciation and gratitude for allowing you to experience and having a moment of like humbling or a moment of really understanding yourself in the most rawest, truest way, because you're about to be reborn in this whole new life that is like going to blow your mind. Really, it's going to blow your mind. So message number 3 I got, you guys, I got this message that you need to spend time with yourself. Part of it crumbling and part of all of this, like when things don't go the way we plan it to go, when it doesn't happen as fast as we want it to happen, you have a moment of like, self-doubt or self-loathing or, a bit of like poor me energy, right? And maybe even a bit of like jealousy energy of why is this happening to that person? Why is it not happening to me? I am just as good, if not better, right? And so this message right here about taking time with yourself is really about, it's showing you what it is you do want. It's showing you that you feel that you could do it too. We just can't allow it to bring us down an avenue of like anger, right? We have to look at it as like, wow, okay, I'm feeling this way because this is the life that I want. It's helping guide you to what you want in life or what you would like to bring into your life. And this is where spending time with yourself to be able to channel that feeling of, why is it not happening to me? Why is it not happening for me? Why is this part of my life falling apart the way it is? Why? Instead, reframe that to how. How can I bring myself to the life that I want? How can I bring myself to the success that I want? And that's really where your higher self is asking you to look within, and see if you have any limitations currently that you need to release. Anything that you need to look at your life and say, hey, what would it be like if I didn't do this and hold myself back? What would it look like if I didn't overspend and I was able to manage my money in a way that was really beneficial? What would my life look like if I was able to, whatever it is, right? If I had this thing that I want. And your higher self is asking you to get bold. Be bold in honesty with yourself. And also, they want you to really begin to dream. Dream big without limitations. Like if you had 0 limitations, if nothing was holding you back, what would your dream life be? And when you write it down, ask yourself, look at it and say, am I limiting myself? Am I limiting myself based on what I believe is possible? Because if you start looking through what you wrote down and you're like, well, I feel like that is possible, then I need you to go back and dream even bigger. I need you to go back and look even bigger. Because your higher self wants you to begin to dream and manifest a life that almost feels impossible. Because that is the quantum shift that's happening. That's the quantum leap that's happening for you. Is you're going to have a life that others might look at and be like, how did that happen? That seemed impossible. How did she get from there to there? How did he go from here to here? Like, how is that possible? That is the life that you're about to embark. The message that I got, the last sentence that I wrote down, is that you have infinite possibilities right now. Possibilities, your possibilities of your new life are infinite. There's no limitation. The only limitation is what you're putting on it. And so I want you to get really honest with yourself. I want you to be super bold in your dreams and potentially even write them down on this new moon and do a little bit of like a ceremony with it. You know, maybe that is writing it down and like, I don't know, putting a little like sage around it, or writing it down and then giving it as an offering to the fire under the new moon. I have a fire pit in my backyard, and so it's really fun to do this kind of stuff. So if you have access to these things, obviously do it. But if not, you know, write it down and like hold that in your heart, because this new moon is magical. It is truly magical. I just want to say thank you guys for being here. I want to thank you for listening this far. If you're still here, I want to send you a ton of love. I appreciate you being here this far into the video. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so down below. Hit the subscribe button. Help support me in a way of creating a collective of people that want to understand themselves and the world around them in a much deeper way. I truly feel that it is my mission, my goal, my life's purpose to help you understand yourself in the most magical, spiritual way possible, to really connect in with your soul. And so that is what I'm doing, is developing a collective of people that want to connect in with their heart and their soul. And if that is you, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you feel that you have someone in your life that could really use one of these messages, make sure you share the video, share the love, and hit a thumbs up on the video. I just want to send you a lot of love. Send you it in the next video. Thanks. Bye.